Oh dear Lord, that's close. Alright, that's better. I hope this quality of the video does not suck. I'm in my living room. It looks like little fuzzy things are on the screen. I had it on HD. I don't know. I know I'm not looking in the right place. I had it on HD. I hope it still is on HD. But anyway, let me just give y'all an update. So y'all know how I've been having ride situations with, not having ways to work, not having ways home from work. There's always the bus, but that's an hour and a half from A to B. So that's why a lot of times I haven't taken the bus in the past to get to work and or home, is because it's an hour and a half one way. I mean, both ways. I mean, it's an hour and a half trip from my house to my job if I take the bus. So I have to leave like a lot earlier than what I would normally leave if I just caught a Lyft or an Uber. So to sum it up, I took the bus to work today and I got there in time. Everything was fine. But about 2 days ago, I went to management and I had a talk with them and I just explained the ride situation. And I was just like, I don't want y'all to think that this is going to interfere with my work or anything like that. But, and everybody at work, even the managers, everybody knows that I do not have a car right now. So, they were fully aware. And I said, they all knew that I would catch rides from other employees. But I said, I know that y'all have a home health here at the facility where it's more like one-on-one with the residents instead of a complete hall and me and 3 or 4 other CNAs and we're all doing this hall together. It's more like I would be sitting with a resident in their room for like 3 or 4 hours. Then I would go on to another resident, and all these residents live at the facility. But it's home health. So it's just like their room is technically their home. So, at the facility that I work at. So anyway, I just wanted to explain that. So I let them know, I was like, I'm really considering doing home health because there is more flexibility. Like if you're a CNA, and I think this is like the same way in other states as well, but for example, if you're a CNA and you work in a facility like I do, there's only 3, of course, there's only 3 shifts, first, second, and third. First shift is from 6:30 in the morning until 3 p.m. Second shift is from 3 p.m. until 11 p.m. or 11:30, and then third shift is from 11 until 7:30. So you can't, if you work first shift, you can't come in at 7:30. It has to be 6:30. So there's no flexibility. There really isn't any flexibility. Do you see what I'm saying? Whereas in home health, you could have a resident that may not need you to show up until 8 a.m. And so there's just more flexibility. I'm not able to do first shift because the bus doesn't start running that early. The city bus. I would not be able to get to work in time by 6:30 to do a first shift. However, I could do a first shift as a sitter is what they're called, and a CNA, working one-on-one with different residents and show up at 7:30 or 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. So I don't know why that got dark. But anyway, and please forgive me for the rumbling or rambling. I'm just trying to fill everybody in because I've been getting a lot of comments and messages from people that are just, really praying that this ride situation works out for me. And so I basically just had to sit down with them and told them, I really don't want to switch over to doing home health, but once again, it's all at the facility. So it's not like I would be leaving my job. I'd still be working for my job just as a sitter doing home health, mainly. I said, but at this point, I'm just trying to weigh out my options. So they were really cool about it. And they were like, okay, well, first, call home health tomorrow and see what they have to say. See what they have available, what hours they have available, see what the pay is and how much it differs, if it differs at all from what we're paying you as a CNA. So I called the home health people there at my job, and it was a brief conversation, and then they basically just summed it up by saying, okay, well, if we're interested, then we will give you a call to come in and sit down with us and kind of go from there. So I don't know. Sorry about this getting dark. So I don't know, but I've been really praying about it. And I'm just like, okay, God, if switching over to home health is what needs to happen, if that's what needs to occur, then I pray it works out. You know what I mean? Now, doing home health, I would be able to get off of work in enough time. I'd still have to walk the 1.5 miles unless I caught a Lyft or an Uber and paid like $5 to get me from my job to the bus stop, which is 1.5 miles up the road. Like I said, it's 1.5 miles away from the bus stop, whether I'm coming to work or leaving. So I could just pay $5 and have a Uber or Lyft drop me off at the bus stop, catch the bus, go home. And I could do that going into work. Take the bus, get off at the bus stop, have a Lyft or an Uber, drive me to work for that 1.5 miles from the bus stop. But anyway, it just allows me that flexibility. Otherwise, if I don't have a way home from work and I stay as a CNA at that facility and I don't switch over to home health, then I would have to leave work at 10:30, which is like 30 to 45 minutes sooner than when I'm supposed to clock out. It's more like 30 because you're allowed to leave the floor at 11, but you're really not supposed to clock out till like 11:15 or 11:30. But I just wanted to kind of explain that. So I would only have to leave the floor basically 30 minutes early than when I would normally be leaving the floor. But I didn't think about the 10:30 thing until after the meeting. So I'm just going to see. It's the weekend, The home health offices are closed. So I'm just going to kind of see and wait and see if I hear anything back from home health. And if I haven't heard anything back by Wednesday or Thursday, then I'm either going to go to management and see if me being able to leave at 10:30 would be an option. And once again, that's only if I can't find a way home, because in that way I would always be able to take the bus home. But anyway, so I don't want to get into too much of the details, but I just wanted to honestly explain that to y'all, because that's kind of where I'm sitting at right now. My job is not in jeopardy or anything, thanks be to God, due to this ride situation. But I'm just trying to weigh out my options, and my job is pretty awesome, and they're trying to help me with that. So they said, you may not want to switch over to home health because the pay could be really drastically lower. They didn't know, and I still don't know. We didn't get that far in the conversation when I called home health and spoke with them. So anyway, that's what's going on. And right now it's Sunday because it's probably closer to 1 a.m. in the morning. I worked last night, which was Saturday, from 3 till 11:30 p.m. And I came home, bathed, and now it is closer, I guess, to 1 a.m. So so today's Sunday, I do have to work tonight, from 3 p.m. till 11:30 p.m. So, but what's awesome is there is another female CNA that was working in a hall that was above mine on the next level, and I got the guts to go up to her and ask her if there was any way possible she could give me a ride home this past Saturday night, like a few hours ago, and if there was any way possible that she could pick me up for work later on today, which is Sunday, and bring me back tonight when I get off of work. And I knew it was a lot to ask, but the buses don't run on Sundays around my facility where I work. So I would have no other option unless I found a way to and from work on Sundays, whatever Sunday I work, whether it's one Sunday a month, 2 Sundays a month, whatever. I would have to do a Lyft there and back to and from work if I had no other way. So at the end of the day, either or, whether I go to home health there at the facility or stay as CNA at the facility, I will still have to take a Lyft more than likely at least twice during the week. But that's a whole lot better than taking a Lyft every shift to and from work. I know a lot of y'all probably don't care about me explaining all that, but I know a lot of y'all do. And so I just wanted to fill everybody in. And also, if I appreciate everybody's prayers, if you could just continue to be in prayer over that. And if it's in God's will for me to switch over to home health, then awesome. If the home health thing doesn't come through for me, then I know that it wasn't in God's will. And I know at the end of the day, God's working all of this out for me. So I'm a woman of faith, and y'all know that. So anyway, I just wanted to give y'all a quick update. And I'm getting tired. I haven't slept yet since I've got back. I don't know why this keeps getting dark and then getting bright again, but I love y'all, and I am off on Monday, so I will do my next vlog on Monday. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, leave me a comment below, and I love y'all. Aggie Nation.